to eat.
Listen, something just kind of put on my mind. I was sitting there. He told you now what I wrote to you in a epistle not to company with them. Again, we refer back to the leaven. Leaven had to be separated from everything else and had to be out. Now he's telling you what you got to do, not the leaven or the yeast, but now he's telling you how you got to separate. But notice what he said. But not all of them of this world, for then you need to go out of it. Letting you know there are things that are out of your control.
That's right.
Just like today, we looking at all these things. We try to search through from pork to everything else. Everything you just about getting got something in it.
That's right.
If it ain't got some bad religion, praying over it. So he let them know in order for them to get away from all the leaven in this world, all these behaviors, he said, you're going to need to go out of the world.
That's right.
But listen what he said. But from them that are called a brother. Guess why? I can control that. I can control that. Brother Dante, you supposed to be a brother. You're an extortion, you're whatever. And I know he supposed to be in here. I ain't got time. Otherwise, what I'm going to do if I get ready to go in there and buy groceries, I got to stand outside and everybody to come out.
That's right.
That's why the store done. Who going to ring my grocery up?
That's right.
Who going to bag it?
That's right.
And everywhere I go, I can't go nowhere. Everybody come out. I got to wait on some more saints to get all the saints that are starving to death. Ain't no way you can go. But see, he realized that. He said, for then would you need to go out of the, you got to die. How else you going to get away from every extortioner, every liar?
That's right.
Here's your company say, well, we getting ready to take, I'm going to get 6 of y'all and take y'all over from this plant to another plant. And you sitting there and the guy sitting up there and he's smoking on the van. I seen you ride with them smokers in that van. I couldn't control that.
That's right.
But I can control these brothers. I say, hey, look here. I see them some brothers. I'm not going.
That's right.
Y'all go head on. So I can control certain things. But that's some things out of your control. Isn't that right?
Amen.
He allowed them to realize something. You got to be responsible for you, and the things that are in your control to control, you got to get rid of it.
That's
and
right.
You got to get away from it. But the thing that's not, what I'm going to do with it?
Amen.
Isn't that right?
Amen.
I walk in a restaurant to buy something, somebody kicked on some country music. I see them on the floor and I was doing like this here trying to move. You tell me, I see you there square dancing. No, I wasn't.
That's right.
I heard him out there moving that paper out the floor. I wasn't square dancing.
Amen. Amen.
Isn't that right?
That's right. Amen.
There are some things that's out of your control, but he allowed them to realize the thing they could control. You can control yourself, and you can watch, and you can cut yourself off from people that, and dissociate yourself from people that sit in the church and that don't walk according to the Bible.
That's right.
He said, because I wrote to you. He said, not them all together word, but them that's called a brother. And that they be, what he named them to be?
That is called a brother, be a fornicator.
See that? If they sex with him, and they got sex with morality going on,
amen.
come on.
Or covetous.
Or they covetous.
Or an idolater.
Or an idolater. They worshiping idols.
Amen.
Come on.
Or a railer.
Or a railer.
Or a drunkard.
Or a drunkard.
Or an extortioner.
Or an extortion. They taking somebody undue force.
That's right.
When
Come
such
on.
an one
Do what?
know not to eat.
How do we understand that conversation? Because under the law, when he gave us the unleavened bread, we knew we couldn't eat none with leaven. That was out of the question. It was exile.
Amen.
So now he let us know when a brother or a sister is not walking according to the gospel, cut them off.
Amen.
Because you are unleavened.
That's right.
And if you mix yourself with these people, you're going to become leavened and you're going to be cut off.
Amen.
Y'all understand the premise of what he was saying?
That's right.
But see, if you don't understand the law and how it works, how you understand that conversation?
Amen.
That makes absolutely no sense. Y'all with me?
Amen.
That's why he's trying to let you know a lot of these folk that use the word, they're unskillful.
That's right.
They're using milk. Because they can't come along and try to show the people how the law was a shadow. Isn't that right? What I told you the law, a shadow does. It's the reflection of the very image of something.
That's right.
You see me, you see my shadow, I'm going to run up and hug your shadow. That ain't me.
That's right.
To get to the better thing, come to where I'm at, and the better thing is come. In Matthew 11:20 it said, come unto me, all you that burden and heavy what?
Late.
And I'll give you what?
Rest.
We understand what we're doing. Isn't that right? Take my yoke and learn of me.
That's right.
Know what I'm doing. Know what I come in where I made changes at. Know what I still left established.
That's right.
Amen.
My yoke is easy and my burdens are light. You know what? If you try to keep the law and you try to keep grace and truth, you're going to put a yoke on the people. And Peter said, we know our Father can even bear.
Amen.
No man can keep the law and grace together.
That's right.
Peter said you couldn't do it.
Amen.
But understanding had come to us when we acknowledge the days of unleavened bread, our main focus and the agenda's got to be on making sure we sing a song, what about the life you're living now?
Amen.
What about the life? Because if that life is not up to par, you don't have no understanding about what you're doing.
That's right.
And you find yourself still being worthy of death because you're without understanding.
Amen.
You realize how you have to yourself be the one that's you got these things out of your life.
Amen.
That's the most important. The other part is symbolic. Y'all follow me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all, I ain't throwing nobody tonight, have them? Y'all with me?
Amen. Amen.
That's our main focus, in making sure we have things out of our life.
That's right.
Making sure we learn how to understand what we are supposed to do. It is that imperative. If I don't want to find myself cut off, no matter how much I love you and I might like you and adore you, I can't eat with you, Brother Abraham. You don't do this,
right.
man. I got to treat him just like he Leaven. No such a one not to eat. It's not good for me to fool with you right now. You know what he told him when he had that? He said, there shall no leaven be found in your dwelling. Right. Why in their quarter? Because this is your domain.
Amen.
Now he come along and allowed us to realize that nobody never caught, a lot of people never caught. When he told us how the Most High didn't dwell in buildings made with hands.
That's right.
First he gave us the understanding of how he had them. He said, where shall be my house and you'll build for me?
Right.
He gave them, they allowed, and they took so many precious treasures and years it took them to build that temple. And they looked at that temple and said, a place where God can dwell. Here was David, a man after God's own heart. He said, it was in my heart to build God an house.
That's right.
But God told him, don't worry about it, you can't do it.
Amen.
So your hands were full of blood. Told him he was defiled.
Right.
So you couldn't build me. So I'm going to let your son do it. And that house that they looked to and they thought so much of, and there they went, and Solomon first got a decree from God when he got it built, said, when the people, when they get put to the worst,
amen.
He said in pestilence and all these things come, if they pray in this place,
that's right.
will you hear from them?
Amen.
He asked, would you hear from heaven when they come back to this place?
Amen.
When they get exiled out of their own country and have to come back to this, will you hear them if they pray in this place? That's got to be in your heart.
Amen.
He said they don't understand. God don't dwell in temple made with man's hands, but he gave them something first to understand the premise. How important it was to have that structure. How that place had to be holy. How it had to be sacred. How that place, all these things had to be a dedicated place.
Amen.
It had to be a place where you could offer sacrifice. And guess what? Paul said, let us offer the sacrifice, which is the fruit of our what?
Amen.
Fruit of our lips.
Amen.
Isn't that right? Instead of saying amazing grace, fruit of my lips.
That's right.
That's a sacrifice. I could sing that, but I'll sacrifice and I'd rather sing. Speaking of yourself, song hymns.
And spiritual songs.
Making melody well.
In your heart.
Right here in this house.
Amen.
See, all of that was just symbolic to allow us to realize when he stepped on the scene with grace and truth, we understood the law, so we knew just how it reflected to who we are today.
That's right.
I understand he dwelled. I ain't got to go all the way to Jerusalem. Pick me up at St. John chapter 4. Y'all, I'm going to try to get rid of it. I know how I'm trying. Y'all with me, please? Y'all give me just, I try to get through and let y'all go. Pick me up at St. John chapter 4. And back me up probably about verse 17.
Amen.
Let me say that what I want. Listen to the book.
Amen. The woman answered and said,
What she say?
I have no husband.
I have no husband.
Jesus said unto her,
That's the back me on up probably about 14. Let me say that one, maybe 13.
Amen.
We'll shoot down. Y'all bear along with me. We'll find me. Come on.
Amen. Jesus answered and said unto her,
What did he say?
Whosoever drinketh of this water
What's going to happen?
shall thirst again.
Yes.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him
What's going to happen?
shall never thirst.
You see that?
Amen.
She had a color understanding the water. He was talking about spiritual drink.
That's right.
Listen.
But the water that I shall give,
Yeah.
him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
See, this is something spiritual. Listen.
The woman saith unto him,
What she say?
Sir, give me this water,
Yeah.
that I thirst not,
Yeah.
neither come hither to draw.
Yeah.
Jesus saith unto her, Go call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said,
What she say?
I have no husband.
And what did he say?
Jesus said unto her,
Yeah.
Thou hast well said.
Why?
I have no husband.
Why?
For thou hast had 5 husbands,
And what happened?
and whom thou now hast is not thy husband.
How many husbands she done had, brother?
In
Hold on. Brother, how many husbands she done had? Thank you. Brother Dwight. Everybody go teach that said Jesus said a woman had 5 husbands. That's not what he just